Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 269 of The Willu Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. And today's episode is all about working out. Now, becoming a wrestler, what is the most important thing? Is it lifting weights and putting on size and getting that nice physique? Or is it cardio? For me, my incredibly unimpressive history of working out started I played tons of sports when I was a kid. I was always into sports, but I was always one of the slow ones and one of the weaker ones because I was really skinny. I only weighed about 120 pounds and I was slow and awkward because of the way my feet turned in and a bunch of other stuff, my short hamstrings, my crooked spine. But anyway, I was smart at sports, so I kept up. But around the time of 16, I decided for real that I was going to be a professional wrestler when I grew up. So for my 17th birthday, my mom bought me this weight set. It was like, no, it was like, it had like a weight bench and then a pro thing, and it had a bunch of things in it, and you could change the weights. So I started working out every day. I would go for a run, and I would lift weights. The problem was, one, I knew nothing about lifting weights. So even though I was doing it incorrectly. I wasn't eating the right stuff. My body wasn't done growing as I matured slower than some of the other kids as far as puberty and that kind of stuff. So it was good to get into the routine, and I'm sure it still helped, but it really didn't do that much for me. So then I kept at it for a year, and then I moved out to the wrestling school. And then I got quite a reality check, and there were some great guys that helped me. I remember Robbie McAllister, Rory McAllister. They were really into the working out, and Lars Phoenix and me, we went and got a gym pass at the YMCA. But I still didn't really know, and I was trying to pick it up. I guess I should have just picked up a book and read about it, at the library, but I didn't know. So then they started telling me about stuff I could eat, and how to do the workouts and the routines and stuff, how to do them properly. But my problem was I couldn't put on size, because basically I would work from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m., 12-hour shifts at Cambridge Towel. Then I would go home, we would have wrestling practice for 2 to 3 hours. I would usually only have enough money to eat one meal, lunch when I was working, and it was usually like Mr. Noodles or something, or like a couple crappy ham sandwiches. So I wasn't putting on any weight. I was actually losing weight, but I was getting a nice physique. Like, I had a nice like six-pack, and my definition of my arms was pretty good, and I had strong legs, but I just couldn't put on weight. I remember one time going to like some kind of fitness, like that sells fitness products and whatnot, and they happened to have some person in there, and they measured us all, and if we were willing to, obviously, and found out how much body fat we had, and I had like the lowest body fat they had ever heard of. I had like barely any body fat on me. So I kept at it, but I wasn't seeing any results, and plus I was never a gym guy. I didn't enjoy it. My body was weird, so it really ended up hurting me a lot. No excuses, I'm just saying that's how I felt at the time. So then in 2004, my mom moved to Ontario as well, so she brought my weight machine, and so I could have it in the house. So that really helped. I could listen to the music I want, and I would get into a routine of that too. But still, when you're only 18, 19, 20, for some people they're done growing. Me, I was not, and my metabolism is so fast, so like I could eat 6 meals a day, but it's in and out of me within an hour. Like, it just didn't stick, and plus I'm a picky eater, so that makes it even more hard. So I just was never my thing, and I always just stuck to cardio. For me, cardio was the most important. I was never going to be the strongest guy. I was never going to have the best looking body, so I just stuck to cardio, and luckily that paid off for me because I have pretty good cardio. And now fast forward to 2017. I don't do weights really. I do like push-ups, and I have these little, they're like 10-pound weights that I use, and I'll use them a little bit. But my main thing is cardio. I'll walk. I'll get up in the morning, I'll walk the cameraman to school, then I'll walk to work, then I'm on my feet all day, then I walk home, pick up the cameraman, we come home, eat dinner, and then we do like an hour of cardio every night. And that seems to keep me going. It keeps me not in as much pain, but I've been trying to find things that have like I try not to run on the cement because I find it's really hard on my, especially when I broke my ankle in January. I find it's really hard on my ankles and my knees. So I'm for Christmas gonna try and get some kind of thing that a machine that I can use in my house that won't have such an impact on the weights. But I find even walking for 2 hours can be really good for you if you're speed walking and getting your heart rate up. But that's just my tale. I know it's not that exciting, but this is just the truth. And I finally put some weight on because now I do all that cardio and then I watch hockey or whatever, or wrestling, and then I eat before bed. So I'm getting a bit of belly. Sometimes I'll have a few drinks, and I love my belly. It's nice to finally have some size, even if it's not in the right places. I think it makes me look, with my character being so unorthodox, having like a unorthodox dad body, it makes me stand out because most of the guys, a lot of them look the same. Like a lot of guys are short and jacked, or they're tall and jacked, and that's about it. Like they're lean and jacked now too. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your experiences working out? What's your routine? What do you think's the most important thing? Putting on size, having a good weight routine, or cardio? I want to hear from you guys on the Willow Show. Like or you get a leg drop. Comment or you get a clothesline. Subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba.